Hello, everyone. It's Jason O'Hara here. Just wanted to give a big shout out to the OVW podcast guys for being awesome and as cool as they are for making the fan zone happen. That means so much to me. Go a little bit of background here on how the fan zone was created on Facebook. I was up late one night, as I usually am. I was looking for fan groups of OVW on Facebook. There's was none. There was one that was like from 2016 or 17. Nobody had touched in years. So I reached out to them. I reached out to the OVW podcast guys, Brian Hines, Tiny Brian, Jackman Oaks, and Victor Anderson, and was like, okay, is there an OVW Facebook group that I am not seeing or not finding? They were like, nope. And then I was like, cool. Do you want to get one started? They said absolutely yes. I was one of the first members. Benjamin Coleman and maybe a few others had joined us. And over the period of the past 5 months, it has grown to over 420 members as we currently speak. Um, Many of the OVW superstars are in the fan group, including Al Snow, Ed Payer, Freya the Slayer, um, Cal Hero, Carson Drake recently just joined, Jack Vaughn recently just joined, um, Luke Curtis, I believe Layla Gray is in the group too as well. I'd have to actually pull it up to see who all was in the group from OEW. But Ed Payer, Jebediah Blackhawk, several others I do believe. Actually, I'm going to pull that up right now. Let's see here. Let's go to members. See all. Alright. So. I'm going through and scrolling here because I don't really want to miss anybody. Um, Jack Vaughn, most recent. Um, I think Zachary Pittman is in here somewhere. Maria James is in here. Amazing Maria. I don't know. Yeah, Amazing Maria is in the group. Um, Shane Chess, Eric Cornish. Quite a few actually. I think I've named everybody. Ari Alexander is in the group. Um, so Jake Lawless is in the group. Buzz Backlund is in the group. That's cool. Uh, TW3 is in the group. Um, Jesse Morris. Mentioned Freya. Jason Hendricks is in the group. Of course, Kyle's in the group. You guys know Kyle. He is awesome and gives us this amazing country boy brewing every week. Of course, I got this can signed by Cal Hero. So anyway, yeah, so this group is really Big Zo's in the group. Um, Quite a few from OVW are in the fan group. So when you join the OVW fan group or fan zone on Facebook, you're going to be interacting with a lot of people from the OVW roster. Um, Ed Payer is in the group. Al Snow. It says I joined about 5 months ago. That seems to be right. So I'm going through. I am looking at our original lineup, of course. OVW podcast. Dwayne, Edwin Nelson, SG Mulholland, Noah Amster, Brian K. Woodard, David Higgins, um, Gary Coleman, Keith Silva, Hayden Redmond, DC Stoltz, Keith Turner, um, Victor Anderson, Ruth Ford, Miranda Jenkins, Keith Jackson, Shane Chess, Tony Evans Frank was one of the first, or Shane Chess was one of the first ones from OVW to join the group. Then Tony Evans joined. Shortly thereafter, I'm looking to see when Ed Payer joined. For those of you who don't know who Ed Payer is, he is CEO of OVW. Let's look in here. Yeah, he joined about 3 months ago. Zachary Pittman, ZDP, joined about 3 months ago. Um, so yeah, I'm already making this video a little long. I'm gonna have two separate videos come out. One, me sitting here talking quite a bit about my love for OVW, and then one that may be able to hit the OVW fan zone because there's not a lot of time on OVW fan zone for videos to be played. I don't. I'm still trying to figure out the format of the OVW fan zone on YouTube. So, um, anyway, I could talk for hours on end about OVW, but I'm trying to make this as awesome as possible. I have, as you see, my three of my lovable dogs back there, just jumping all over the couch. Being an OVW fan is not based on how much merchandise you have. That you have a whole rack full of shirts sitting behind you. Okay. Being an OVW fan is simply that. It's being an OVW fan. You love OVW. You watch and enjoy the product that they put out. I don't think being an OVW fan has any definition other than you're a fan of OVW. So, for me to sit here and say, hey, I'm a super fan, you know what? We're all super fans. We all love the product. We all enjoy everything that it puts out on a weekly basis. On Overdrive, on the Fan Zone, on Rise, on the pay-per-views, the content that's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other platforms. I generally only use Facebook, and I just started using Instagram again maybe 2 weeks ago. Uh, hadn't touched Instagram in probably 2 years, other than about 2 or 3 weeks ago when I started posting stuff there. So I couldn't even tell you my Instagram name without even looking. I'm not even gonna go there. But anyway, for those hours a week when you're working, stressed out, uh, trying to relax from everything, on Overdrive and Rise, you got 3 hours of wrestling action every week that you can just sort of just let everything slide, stop, go. Um, anyway, that's what OVW is. Now, when you go to when you're sitting here at home, that's what you get. And now they're bringing us the OVW Fan Zone every week on a weekly basis, which is amazing. I've been a fan of the OVW podcast, guys, for probably right after I started watching. Maybe last. Let's see. Okay, so I first started watching OVW back in 2012. What I could catch on YouTube, what was put up on YouTube, and continued to watch it on a regular basis. Everything that was there. Um, and then I pretty much stopped watching maybe 2016 or 17, maybe. This is all before they were doing the weekly live shows. This is when they were uploading to their website or on the YouTube their weekly shows. Okay, so, and then in 2018, they announced Al Snow had purchased OVW. I was like, boom, gotta find it, gotta watch again. Um, so I was watching. I watched till COVID hit, probably 2020. Yeah, and then just I stopped watching for a year or two. I just kind of would check up every once in a while, kind of see what they were doing, what was going on, whatever. But then, like last year, when I heard that they were coming out with the Netflix series, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick it back up and I'm gonna watch it. This was last June or July when I first heard about the Netflix series coming out. It's like I don't even need to wait for the Netflix series. I'm gonna start watching. Checked into it. They were doing weekly live shows. I subscribed to Triller and started watching on a regular basis every week. Did not miss. And when they started doing the YouTube thing, when I found out that they were streaming live on YouTube, I started watching that. And I haven't really watched on Triller much at all. I've bought No Rest for the Wicked. I bought that on Triller. And then every pay-per-view after that, I purchased through YouTube. Now, I did not know if I was ever going to be able to swing it to where I could get a Thursday off to where I could go to the Davis Arena and watch it live. I was gonna go in February because it was right around my birthday, but some stuff happened where we couldn't make it down. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna try to go in March. Well, March, I was like, okay, talk to my boss. I got the 14th and the 28th off of March. I'm like, I'm gonna go to those days. So I went March 14th. I was kind of like starstruck. First off, not only the wrestlers there, but Keith Silva, Wesley, Rocco Jerome, um, Chris Runyon, all those super fans of OVW were there, and I'm like meeting and talking to these people. Like, I love this. This is the best experience ever. Of course, at the time, Keith had said, maybe they'd be coming, the wrestlers would arrive, and they didn't go through the back door. They'd come right straight through the front door. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I did not know. But my God, when they all started showing up with Luke Curtis, Hollywood Hayes, Jay, Maria James, I remember standing there and talking to the podcast guys, and Maximo Suave comes walking up to us, or to the podcast guys, starts talking. I'm just like, Star Trek. I didn't know what to say. It's freaking Maximo Suave, Christ's sake. How Snow's popping in and out. It's like, okay, this is an amazing experience. I love this. Absolutely love this. And right off the bat, I was like, yeah, this is cool. I know I'm going to enjoy the night. Of course, and then we go in. Of course, I don't remember if anybody said anything about them being the meet and greet guys, doing the meet and greets before the show. I didn't know if it was before the show, after the show, when it was. So, and of course, most wrestling events, you pay a certain amount for a meet and greet beforehand. Hell, the show that they did here in my hometown was $125 for a meet and greet. Okay, I'm not paying that. You know what? I'll just go and enjoy the show, whatever. But anyway, when we come into the Davis Arena, like, okay, you show them your ticket or whatever on your phone or your printout or whatever, and you look, concession stand is to your right. There, over there to your left, you see Jack Vaughn, you see Tony Gunn, you see Cal Hero, you see Cashflow, and Mahabali Shira. Of course, I'd already purchased some shirts online a couple weeks prior because I didn't know if I was going to be able to go see Cashflow live. He's one of my favorites, right? So he ships the shirt. They ship the shirts out, and then I go to the show, and I was just like, I'll take these shirts with me, see if he'll sign them. And yeah, of course he signed. Dude, these guys are so great. Not only, in most wrestling events you go to, they want you to buy the item. They want to charge you for a signature on the item you just bought. They want to charge you for a picture with them. Not at OVW. I mean, some may charge for pictures. I don't know. I haven't encountered anybody that has charged for a picture. 8x10s, yes. Merchandise, yes. I'll pay $10 for an 8x10. I got plenty of them. You see my collection up there. I'll pay $20-25 for a shirt. You see my collection. This, I think I paid $10 for it. Little toy microphone, just because it's Eric Cornish. You know what? I didn't care. I was having a blast. The last time I went with Al Snow's book because I was reading it on the way. He comes out. I'm like, hey. It was like, Mr. Snow, will you sign this? And well, looky there. Don't know if you can see it very well. That's the kind of cool shit you get when you go to an OVW show. Like, this last time I went, nobody knew Mick Foley was going to be there. Like, yes, at least I get to see Mick Foley in person. Okay? So, he comes in, and it's just like starstruck. Once again, Mick Foley just walked by. Right? So, I during one of the commercial breaks, Eric announces they're selling the Sacco. And well, I already had an OVW T-shirt. And I'll buy another one. It, get a Sacco with it. I'll just have it. I'll have the Sacco to put into my collection. Whatever. And guess what? I'm sitting there ramp side. Mick Foley's walking by. I hold up the sock. Like I'm no different than anybody else. I'm just holding up the sock, supporting Mick Foley. He grabs it and signs it. That's cool as shit. Like, so that's the type of experience you get when you go to an OVW show. Not just interacting with the wrestlers, the OVW staff, getting stuff signed. You see this poster over here behind me? Over here? Billboard. I just made it up to show support to everybody. The commentators and the refs. I didn't expect it to get signed. Brian Kinnison comes in, he sees it, he grabs it up, signs it. Josh Ashcraft seen me in the audience with it, holding it up. While he's at the broadcast booth doing his thing, he signals over to me to come sign it. Come over to him. He signals to bring the sign. I bring it to him. He signs it. Of course, Eric and Linda. Of course, AJ wasn't there that night. Stevie J wasn't there that night. So, it's kind of cool that I got that. And then, of course, Shane Chess and Daniel Spencer and Jake Lloyd. I think Jake was running concessions that night. He takes time out of his whatever he was doing to sign it. And then of course, if you see up there with the Doug Basham poster, I got my OVW podcast stickers and stuff in there that those guys signed. When you go to an OVW event, it is like, I can't say how awesome it really is. I've talked for 22 minutes right now. This video could literally go on for an hour. I'm a talker. I try not to repeat myself, but I know I will. For that, I apologize. Take a little bit of breath there to regain. So yeah, I just want to sit here and talk about my experience with OVW. I have a cat that likes to chew shreds shit. She loves getting up here on my chair and just clawing at it. It's fine. But anyway, like, I have a lot of OVW stuff. But that doesn't make me super, because we're all super fans. If you're watching this, you're in the fan zone, we're all fans of OVW. So, I know a lot of you have been to an OVW show, and there's a lot of you that have not been to an OVW show. I forget who it was, but there was a guy that drove 14 hours from somewhere to go to an OVW show this past week. That's cool. We drive 6 hours to go there. That's nothing compared to a 14-hour drive. We're all fans in our own way. We all love OVW. We're all friends. We're all family. So I mean, that's my take on stuff. You guys have tolerated my shit for 5 months. Posting random stuff in the OVW Fan Zone to try to get people talking. For a long time, I felt like this is not happening. This is not working. This is, it's just going to be a few of us and same people posting every day. Not anymore. There's like 50 posts a day now. I'm ecstatic. I'm happy. The OVW fan nation is happy. OVW faithful is happy. I am Jason O'Hara. I am signing off for the night. Enjoy.